Hi guys, it's Saya, your host for Hobby Highlander. Today we have Giacomo and Dakota testing these white paints to see which is the best.
Welcome to the debut episode of Hobby Highlander, where we blindly test different hobby paints to find the best paint so you don't have to.
And our motto here is that there can only be one winner.
I'm Dakota. This is Giacomo. Saya, do you want to tell us which paints we're painting with today?
Today they will be testing White Scar from Citadel Color, Snow White from Apple Barrel, White from AK, White Star from Duncan Rhodes 2 thin coats, Heavy Titanium White from Monument Hobbies, Bold Titanium White from Monument Hobbies, Dead White from Vallejo, and finally, Titanium White from SoFlat. Remember, this is a blind review, so Giacomo and Dakota will not know which paint they are testing.
And after we test each paint, we're going to both give it a score from 1 to 100. And the top 3 paints will go to the final round to see which paint will be the winner.
We all know that this isn't all the white paint out there. So if we missed your favorite paint, comment below so that next time we can revisit that white.
Absolutely.
For an additional twist, both Giacomo and Dakota will also take a guess as to which brand they just tested. Whoever gets the most correct will be dubbed the winner.
So, G, what's your favorite white?
Pro Acryls, Bold Titanium White.
Saya, what's your favorite?
Pro Acryl, just regular titanium white.
We've already gone over this.
You're not bold.
Alex, what's your favorite?
Army Painter White, just to throw everybody's off.
Get
Army
outta
Painter
here.
White?
Army Painter White.
That's a lie.
Oh my God.
Mine, and we all know it. No shade against Army Painter. They're coming out with a brand new paint set, but my favorite's been AK's. So I think we all have a least favorite white that we typically always paint with. What's been your least favorite so far, G?
Was Citadel's, not White Scar, Ceramite White?
Ceramite white?
Yeah.
It's really chunky.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I would also agree with that. So hopefully White Scar can redeem itself for Citadel today. But yeah, we're not going to know how these are going to be done. Do you want to tell us? Alex actually made these for us. They're little test splotches. Do you want to tell us how we're going to use these today?
Absolutely. So there are 4 pieces of criteria here. We have our single layers, our 2 layers, our thick layer, and dry brush. And we're going to go ahead and test paints based on that and give it an arbitrary score from 1 to 100.
Absolutely. Now, I've been painting for more or less 24 years or so. Gee, about how long have you been painting?
Just about 2 decades as well.
And what makes you objective and good at giving one of these paints a score?
So we're both commission painters.
Okay.
So we've gotten paid for what we do.
That's besides the point. So, like Saya said, we're going to blind test these, and we're not going to know what's what. So we're actually going to see if Giacomo's favorite paint is actually Bold Titanium White, or if he just fell for marketing.
I don't know if you're going to end up liking AK.
Well, I'm just saying there's no marketing for AK in the US. So
Because we're not in Spain.
that's true.
They use
That's
it a
true.
lot.
I mean, I could have fallen for YouTube. YouTube marketing.
Alex, please bring in paint number 1.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
He has such good handwriting.
He does.
I just want to point that out.
Waiting for my 6s.
Is it a 9?
So I can't taste these since I'm a brush licker.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to make sure that I don't do that. Otherwise, I'll definitely know which one's Monuments. Because they have the worst tasting paint. All right, G, you ready for this?
Absolutely.
So number 1, we prime these so everyone know with Chaos Black.
Yeah.
So what is one thin coat to you, Giacomo?
What is one thin coat to me? So when I apply it like I'm applying now, I'm going to wait for it to dry and see how much of the undercoating is going to show up, which I can see right here. I'm getting some of the black through. But it's surprisingly more thick than I thought it was going to be.
What is the consistency that you're looking for?
Milk.
Yeah. So what do you value highly as a paint?
I do like a lot of pigments when it's very punchy.
So you want I don't understand what you just said.
Like,
Punchy?
Punchy, like you look at it and you go, whoa, and it just like punches you in the face when you see some paint on miniatures.
Okay.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Can I ask you guys, what are your favorite things to paint?
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
Both of you? You guys both paint a lot of Space Marines.
I just own a lot of Space Marines.
I also really like painting skin.
Just gonna get a whole big glop.
Yeah. So one thick coat of this paint doesn't cover particularly great. So I'll put this here. So this is one thick coat, one thin coat, one thin coat. I'm going to do my second thick coat now.
You know, I'm gonna say this one's still pretty moist for that thick coat.
You guys have any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't hate this. It's not turning chunky, which is nice for white paints or any kind of paints that are really light.
I don't know if I like this paint. So
I would use this for blending.
I will say that this paint dries relatively fast, which I think I know what paint this is.
You think you do?
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
I think I know.
Let me clean this brush.
I think so. All right, let's try dry brush.
Dry brush.
I'm not going to give Giacomo any hints. Can you like not take all of the white?
No.
Okay. So a little known thing is that you don't want your brush to be dry when you're dry brushing. You want a little bit of dampness within the brush so that you can actually transfer the paint. And typically you want to use like a dry brush palette so that, again, like paper towels like we're using now is not great for dry brushing because you wick all of your moisture away.
But it's the way everyone kind of learns it the first time.
It is.
Okay, so let's see. Let's do a little bit test on my hand.
I will say that this dry brushes very nicely. Which also leads me to believe to why I think it's the paint that I think it is.
My paint was still thick on the thick coat. I smushed it a little bit right there. See it?
Oh, I see it, G.
Yeah.
I see it.
Well, I don't hate this. That was good.
Yeah?
It didn't have a lot of dusting. You know, sometimes when you see like a...
I like dusting.
I don't always love the dusting. There's an effect for it, but maybe not always on a dry brush. Maybe not. It's not what I always want, which is nice.
So how do you think this fared? And
I liked this one.
you like this one?
I liked this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to need a score from 1 to 100.
72.
Okay.
I'm giving this a 72.
Okay. I'm going to objectively say that I think it's probably a 58. I don't think I liked it that much.
With like a 50, does that mean you'd use it every now and then? Because for me, 72 is I would use it.
It did not cover black very well.
Oh, on like your first coat.
But I'm gonna say that I might change my score later depending on how the other whites do. Maybe all the other whites suck at covering black like they're supposed to.
Dang, where are the points?
I liked how smooth it came out and how it didn't reactivate. I do like that it.
That's a good point.
I do like that it dried really, really fast.
Really, because this is still, I can feel the tackiness on the thick coat.
Because you did one thick coat.
That's
and
true.
Duncan Rhodes, our Lord and Savior, says never to do one thick coat, right?
That's true. We did do too thin, and too thin isn't like the too thin coats. Actually, is not bad coverage. It's not. Maybe I might do a third or fourth one on this.
To me, it's trash coverage. You want to put yours up? See how we painted it. It dry brushed well though. Dry brushed real well.
Yeah.
So dry brush rating, I think pushed it up a little bit. I'm ready to take a stab at the first paint.
You want to go first?
I think it's Apple Barrel.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, can you bring in paint number 2?
Let's get this out of the way.
Paint number 2.
Dos. Numero dos. How do you say two in Russian?
Huh?
Dva.
Dava? Like
Dava.
Davai?
Yeah, less letters, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, less letters.
Different letters completely, but close.
Okay, let me get this bad boy here
I don't know if I've ever seen this consistency in a paint.
in a paint.
I want
look at that.
everybody to know Alex shook these for so long. These are well mixed.
Alex has been is doing the Emperor's work or Slanesh's work, depending on what.
Oh,
day of the week
look
you're
at the
asking.
way it's reacting on the palette for me. It was like pulling into itself. I don't know if I love that. See, like here I have all these little holes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I love that.
Well,
All right, well here we go. Let's do the first thin coat, right?
it's interesting. So this is the consistency that I'm looking for. And yes, all of my fingernails will be painted by the end of this.
Nice.
So this is paint 2.
Let's do a second line here. Just because I like having second lines. I don't love this one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, remember I was talking about it's doing this bubble thing right here on my line?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that.
It definitely feels more expensive.
What does an expensive paint feel like?
It hurts my wallet.
Really? Now, I will say that this paint is taking a much longer time to dry.
Mm-hmm.
A much longer time to dry. And that's the reason why I said this one. I've had experience with apple barrel paint before. Apple barrel paint typically dries really, really quick.
And this one's not doing that?
No, because I use it on my tokens.
That's right, you do.
Yeah.
Do my second coat.
Second thin coat. Does it have worse coverage?
I think it does. I mean, I'm going to compare them in a second. What do you think about your thick coat?
Garbage.
I don't like it. There's too many. It's like you get the veininess, kind of like you see on yours. There's like the veininess. I don't know what else to call that. So I'm just going to call it the veininess.
The veininess?
Yeah. The vein.
So you want to explain the veininess right here so that people don't think that you're making innuendos?
Yeah. You see, like, these are the parts that are a little... Here, get it closer down here. These are the parts where you can see it's very, very white, and then it kind of gets, like...
Some people could just say
darkness.
that that's because I suck at painting.
I mean, it could, but, I don't want to say that. That's mean.
So I just took it out of the bottle and or out of the pot and just slapped it on here.
I added a little bit of water in my thick coat.
So I'm going to try to dry brush here.
Let's go ahead and do the dry brush.
It picks up the highlights, I think, a little bit better.
It's one of the old strategies I had learned years ago.
When you're a painter, you just paint yourself.
Though I will use gloves when I use an airbrush.
I think I know what this paint is. I think it's really heavily pigmented. So the one thick coat definitely covered better than the last one. I'd say that the two thin coats are actually probably pretty similar, and this paint actually had a better first coat for me. But in my opinion, has a way worse dry brush result.
I'll agree with the dry brush, but this is, at least to me, I'm noticing it's drying faster.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't mind it. What do you?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
What would you give that score?
I'm going to give it a 62.
I was going to give it a 65.
I like the way that it reacts better. I don't typically dry brush as much, but I think the other paint is a much better dry brush paint.
Yeah, you can see the difference there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we have a 62 for Dakota and a 65 for John.
That's me.
Now, what do you guys think it is?
Okay, I know my guess. This time you have to say it first.
I think it's white scar.
You think it's white scar?
I think it's white scar.
I have never seen this consistency before. I'm going to say it's Monument Hobbies. Heavy, bold, heavy, the heavy one. Of course, I don't use Monument's normal white very much.
So we have Citadel White Scar for Giacomo and Monument Hobbies Heavy Bold.
That is my
Monument Hobbies.
Monument Hobbies. He is my hubby. I mean, it's just... All right, Alex, can you bring in paint number 3?
This is rich. This is creamy. This is...
Would you put it on a salad?
I might. Thicker.
No, I already don't like this.
This is thicker than the other
Oh
paint,
my
too.
goodness, I already don't like this.
Why don't you like it, Giacomo?
Well, I'm gonna give it a chance, but I'm saying I don't like it right now.
This is Apple Barrel, and it's the best fucking hobby white paint there is.
I'm actually rooting for Apple Barrel right now.
You just like it because it says Snow White on there.
Maybe. I'm always looking for cheaper alternatives. This is such an expensive hobby, so it's always fun to see if we can find something that works.
Absolutely. Alex, which one are you voting for?
Rooting for?
Here's the one.
Yeah.
I like the underdog white. I'm also sad that you didn't include IKEA to the paints.
IKEA has paints?
They have paints like in
What
section for
the
kids.
hell?
Do they really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I think we're going to have to revisit.
Let's get that glob on here.
This
Globule.
one doesn't want to be watered down very well.
I think I know what it is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what it is, Giacomo?
I think I know what it is. I learned from a painter once that they use thick coats.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
White, a thick coat white does not work on any flat surface.
This is not drying fast enough. I'm still waiting to do the second coat.
We're gonna add a time lapse here now of me just blowing. One eternity later.
So it feels like you guys aren't feeling anything positive for this one.
I'm not in love with it.
Oh, I don't mind it.
Well, I will give you this. I don't totally hate the second coat. I think the second coat's better on the first one, but the second one, this one right here, the second coat's not bad.
And I think there's a reason why Duncan Rhodes coined the term two thin coats, right? Or was it GW before him? Because
they told him to say it. Yeah, did he decide that, or like, hey, two thin coats?
I don't know, Duncan Rhodes. Did you decide to do that, or did Games Workshop tell you to?
That's a camera.
I'm talking to him because I am so confident that Duncan Rhodes is gonna like watch our thing because we're gonna review one of his paints, right? Right, White Star.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys familiar with Duncan Rhodes' paint?
I have never
once or
used
twice.
two thin coats paint.
I don't hate the dry brush. I like it.
All right, guys, I'm going to need a score.
You want to show yours up onto the camera?
They can see it, right? Hopefully. Yeah, I like this. I don't mind this. This is okay. Yeah, I actually I'm starting to like this a little more, and I think I know what it is.
All right, I need a score.
73.
Yeah, I'd probably do maybe 68. Yeah, I'm gonna say 68.
68.
All right,
Okay.
73 for Dakota, 68 for Giacomo. All right, and can we get a guess?
I'm gonna guess that this is the standard Monument Hobbies bold titanium.
I think it's heavy.
You think it's heavy?
The heavy titanium.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right.
We're gonna be wrong.
I
No, we're not. We're gonna be right.
all of these
100%
are-
right.
All of these are.
Both of us are gonna be 100% right, even though
I
we
don't
guess
know,
different
but
stuff.
I don't know if it's going to work out for you
Yeah,
guys.
canon
I
editing.
think Jacobo's bad at math. Okay.
All right.
that did happen. That did happen.
Alex, can you bring in paint
Or
number
100% wrong.
4?
You can open number 4 this time.
I can open number. Thank you, Alex.
Number 4.
Bye. Why do they all have the same sheen? They all.
Why are they
look
all
like-
white? Ugh.
To me, they all look like a gel-based medium. Like it's just a little bit.
Jelly.
This is. So to me, this is probably the thickest, creamiest. This is definitely going to go on really.
Oh
Ew.
no,
well.
I think I made the wrong guess. So too late.
This
Oh,
one-
you know what? I think I know what it might be.
This is fun for me because I know what you guys are using. Me and Alex.
I'm sure it
know.
does. This is going to be fun for the
We
audience too.
we have to find her tell, like what she does, and then we can know if it's right. I can't poke her face from here; she's too far.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
So, interesting note about this paint
Mm-hmm.
is that the pigment seems to have separated a tad, which typically indicates, I would think, a cheaper paint.
That first coat isn't terrible.
But I could just be lying.
That first coat is not terrible.
The fuck over Giacomo.
Look at that.
Make him re-guess Apple Barrel.
Are we gonna have to like bleep out these curse words?
Hell yeah, dude! It's funnier that way. Yeah, I don't hate that first coat just on its own. I really like it.
The thin coat?
Yeah, there's because I'm starting my second coat, or for the second coat, and I'm seeing it again. And I really like it. And I'm gonna do a big ass thick coat. There we go. Look at that. I like the thick coat too.
So this dried immensely faster than both the last ones. Like a lot faster.
I want to see how fast the thick coat is drying. I just put it on a few seconds ago. You like
So
the smell?
Giacomo, if your favorite paint turns out to be Apple Barrel,
I
are
will-
you gonna transfer over?
To Apple Barrel?
Yeah.
Nah. I already own the other paints. Well, maybe, it's not like,
So you're not gonna swap over to the Hobby Highlander, like the whole part of the series, the whole reason why?
what if AK is not the winner?
I'll switch over.
Oh, okay.
Even if it's Apple
he's
Barrel.
ready to go. He's ready to jump on board. All right, and now I can do my second coat. That's thinned down. See, now you're painting faster than I am.
It's because I'm a commission painter.
Yeah, this one I like. This one I like more.
So in my approximation, one thin coat, two thin coats, and one thick coat look the same.
Really? Look at that. That's different.
Maybe I'm just colorblind, but
No,
they look very, very similar.
Like all I can really say for this thick coat is this is where I started. That's why it's a little thicker, but this is pretty good overall. Like the whole way.
How did it dry brush for you? Because it came out really wet for me.
I like it. It's enough control. If this turns out to be Apple Barrel, I'll switch.
Oh,
This
yeah?
is this.
What
is
if this
good.
is AK?
I'll switch. This is good. I like this. I'll get.
What if this is SoFlat?
That's also good. I only heard about that a few days ago. So
All right, I need a score.
you first. I did it last time.
I'm gonna give this. I like this paint. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a 70. The reason why I'm gonna give it a 70 is I dislike the dry brush compared to the last one, but I think the overall layering was better.
I'm gonna give it an 80.
Holy
I would add this to the repertoire of paints, and I would tell people you should pick this up. It's a good color.
It's a good color.
It's a good color. Like
It's a good paint.
The
huh?
thin coat was good. The 2 coats was good. The thick coat was good. The dry brush pretty good. It's not bad. I don't dislike this.
So, can we get a guess on what you think it is?
Oh man, I don't remember all the paints.
Okay, I'm going to read off the paints and then read off the ones that you've guessed.
No. We gotta remember. We gotta do this.
Oh, we got to do it.
I think it's the golden one.
I think it's Vallejo Dead White.
You think it's Vallejo Dead White?
I
Game
do.
color? I've never used game color before.
Neither have I. Oh, not their new.
I've used Vallejo, just not game color.
Yeah, they're brand new like formula.
Oh yeah, that's right, because there was game color
So
before.
we tried to pick up all of the newest paints that companies are like the 3rd generation paints or whatever they're called. So,
Third gen.
3rd gen.
All right, so Dakota's guess is Vallejo
Correct.
and G's is golden.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the highest score from G so far. So, Alex, could you bring in paint number 5, please?
All right, so this looks the exact same. Man, I wonder if all of these paints are just manufactured in the same facility.
I'm wondering if Alex just put all the same paint in the
And
same
just
pots just to screw with you.
One of them is green.
Can you see it? We're painting it right now.
This is another really thick paint.
Yeah, it is.
Really thick, which I like that it's thick. It's holding its shape. That means it's going to be better on your bristles.
So let's do the thin coat.
It's actually hard to get down to it. No,
Yeah,
it's
man, it's actually kind of hard to get down.
to milk consistency.
I might have put a little bit too much water on this one, so I'm gonna have to do the thin coat again.
I do not like this paint whatsoever.
Yeah, I kind of also don't like it because it's doing that. See it? It's happening right now live. See what it's doing right there?
Yeah, as you can see, like
I'm having
we
a hard
added
time.
water, so this whatever base this paint is, I don't know if it's like.
I'm gonna do the thick coat. Here we go.
So sometimes with certain paints, like when I'm using Monument or other things, I actually don't thin with water a lot. I like to thin with a contrast medium. It's my personal favorite medium.
The thick coat is fine. I don't like these thin coats. I'm really trying to get this to a good consistency, and I'm just, I'm a bad painter. I don't love this.
This is not good.
Well, let's find out with
It's
the
just
dry.
not good.
Let's find out with the. Oh my god.
So
okay.
as you guys can see, we painted every other paint the same way. So far, this paint does not want to mix with water.
Oh, no.
Perhaps it would work better with some sort of a medium. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean, I'd prefer if it doesn't have to do a medium, because if you're just starting out, you don't want to just pick this up and go, I can't thin it with something I have at home,
Oh, absolutely.
Well, let's see the dry brush now.
Are you going to do 2 thin coats?
I tried.
Chuck, but you got to let it dry.
I tried. I'm waiting still. I made a second line just to make sure.
He's going to come back to it.
Yeah, but I may as well do this in the meantime. Oh, this is really wet. Look at my hand. I'm like,
Oh, that first stroke was crazy.
was crazy.
You're just doing pure overbrush or what?
Yeah, it's really wet. Though I don't totally hate the dry brush.
That's what she said.
It's still not dry. I can't do my second coat yet. Can you do yours?
No, actually, I think I might be able to. I'm going to move on.
That
I'm
kind
going
of
to give
looks
it a
like
little bit of the same, at least the same amount of dry time as I did number 2 or number 3.
All right, I'm really interested in your guys' your thoughts here. What is your score? Don't lick it.
I'm not licking, I'm smelling.
I feel like that's cheating a little bit.
Why did
No,
paint
no.
smell different to
I
you?
don't fucking know. I'm a paint licker, not a paint sniffer.
Did I go first or did you go first last time?
I don't remember. Do you remember? Who went first?
I'm just going to go. I'm going to give this a 30.
I'm going to give this a 28.
Whoa.
It's just 2 less than Giacomo. Can we chill out?
He's bidding for
These
the job.
are your lowest scores so far, by a lot. So, what do you guys think this paint is?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody.
For both of you guys.
No, I don't think I've ever seen Monument do this. This can't be AK. You talk too much good stuff about AK. It can't be AK.
So one thing I will say about this paint is I think that the coverage is really nice where it beat it up. So I don't know how to make this paint work, and maybe I'd have to like sit there and mess with it for a while to make it work.
No, he went last time.
Let's say it
Did I
at
go
the
last
same
time?
time.
Well,
One,
I can't say it at the same time
two.
because I don't know what it is.
Think about it, G. Think about it, G.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Two thin
Apple
coats.
barrel.
Two thin
Yes, I've already
Apple-
guessed apple barrel. I know. I know. I'm gonna get something wrong. Okay, there's no more 100% for Dakota.
I think it's two thin coats.
You think it's too thin coats?
I've never used it before, and maybe they are
I've
super
heard-
thin, and like this happens.
I have also never used it. I just don't think that it could be that bad based upon what everyone said on the community. It dry brushes well, but
I don't mind the thick coat as much, but I don't like when you have to thin it down.
yeah.
It might be already.
Hopefully it's not too thin coats.
Maybe this is one that does require not water.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It very well could. Like if this is golden SoFlat, but it's definitely not flat. It's not a flat.
No, it's not a
color,
flat finish.
So I don't think it's golden.
The last one I thought was.
We'll have to see, and maybe we'll talk about it later because whatever paint manufacturer's making that, I apologize, but
all
Yes.
right. Alex, can you bring in number 6?
okay, this is a lot thinner, but it holds its shape on the palette really well.
Ooh, yeah.
I do like that.
Man, look at that one thin coat. That's a good coat. That's a real good coat.
I'm having a little bit of the same problem.
You are?
I am. Perhaps it was the primer.
Well, it can't be because I got the same issue, and I'm not having it right now.
It's true.
So I don't think that's the problem.
So I really like the consistency of this paint.
Me too. Thick time.
It definitely smells different. I'll tell you that.
Stop
No-
smelling
no
the
idea
paint.
Anything? Now I'm a paint sniffer too.
And it dries relatively fast. Look at this. I'm already on number 2, but I got
It does dry faster.
I love this paint.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is nice. Look at that.
that's real nice.
Yeah.
Actually, this is your quickest paint time, Giacomo.
Yeah, because it's drying quick.
Yeah.
That's what all painters want. Something that's good,
Dries
thin it, and it
fast.
dries fast.
And doesn't reactivate.
Oh, and this dry brush, not terrible.
This is definitely like the finest pickup, I would say,
I'm not even applying too
of
much
all
force.
the dry brush so far.
No, I'll apply some
With the
force.
least amount of dusting.
Yeah, look at that. This is pretty
So let's show this off. So far, I would definitely say that the 2 thin coats performs even better than the 1 thick coat. The dry brush is really nice. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be my highest scoring paint.
good. I like the 2 thin coats a lot.
Yep.
What are you gonna give it?
I'm going to give it an 85.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with a 90. This is already in my roster. I can almost feel that this is already in my roster.
Oh, so you think this is? You think this is?
I think it
Monument.
is what it is. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Well,
what do you guys
Monument
think it is?
doesn't dry brush.
I'm having a good time.
It also doesn't perform well on the palette.
I'm thinking. Am I ready to guess? I'm thinking this is just the regular bolt titanium.
I'm going to guess this is AK.
I'm gonna be a little upset if I'm wrong, but then I'm gonna put it in my roster, then, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll find
I'll go back and forth.
All right,
These are
guys.
good.
So
I
we
don't
have a
think
score of 85 from Dakota, 90
Mhm.
from Giacomo. Dakota, you think it's AK. And
Correct.
Giacomo, you think it's.
I also may want to change my paint score for number 1. What did I score earlier?
The score for number 1
Yeah,
was 58.
I would like to change that to a 60. Now that I have a better.
Now you've seen
Yeah.
it. He's gone through number 5.
All right, all right.
Okay.
So we are now going on to 7. Alex, can you please bring in number 7?
Numero 7.
All right, number 7.
Number 7.
1 left, and then we get to the final round. So this immediately has a little bit less. It's nice, but it has less viscosity. So I'm seeing it just. It doesn't hold its shape as much on the palette. It doesn't really mean anything.
Not yet. Speaking of which, we should put number 7.
Oh yeah, 7.
Do you do a 7 with a line in the middle?
I
can.
do.
I do a 7 with a line in the middle. That's my favorite 7s. Does that count as my thin coat? I don't think so.
paint is also happening.
Perhaps
too.
it's water.
Perhaps it is the water.
No, okay, it's not doing it as bad yet. No, it is. I'm lying.
Yours is doing it too now?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thick coat doesn't have terrible coverage. I think it's already a little better than number 5. Maybe we got used to that. It's Alex approved.
Alexander approved. That is what I strive for in life. In fact, I send him videos to be like, hey, does this look good? And he's like, no, it's shit. You need to change it. I'm like, thanks, Alex.
And he's just sending him videos of like puppy dogs or something. It's not even about painting.
I will say that this paint, I think, has the nicest one thick coat out of all of the paints I've tested so far.
You think so?
I mean, look at this.
Oh, give it a second. It's doing the thing right here. Do you see it? It's making the lines.
Well, yeah.
Because I go back to number 5 and 4. These ones are pretty good. Though, sorry, number 4 and 6. 6 is kind of drawing a little thinner though, but 4 is really strong.
Also, after they've been sitting here for a while too, you guys can get a really, really good feel of how they're really fully drying.
Right, because now we've really given it a chance to cure.
Got to dry brush this one. So this one has a little bit more dusting. Could be because it's a little bit more damp. So I'll give it a break on that. It does remind me a lot
This one has a
of
little more
number
damp,
4.
right?
This reminds me a lot of number 4. I would not be surprised if these are the 2 Monument paints. And in my opinion, I think that Monument dry brush is not great either. So
I don't think it's Monument, but you can think it's Monument.
I
I don't know what this is.
there's 2 thin coats, and then I haven't guessed 2 thin coats. I haven't guessed Citadel. And what else is over here?
I did say.
And then there's SoFlat.
And golden, I think that you have
Golden. I haven't
No.
done
Because
golden
you have
either.
apple barrel on here
Fuck.
twice.
Okay. I'm gonna have a guess. I like this paint.
I need a score first, please.
I'm gonna give this paint an 80.
You like it?
Yeah.
You don't have to like it, Giacomo.
I don't. I don't like it.
Look at this.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe it's our painting styles because
Perhaps
it doesn't flow with mine.
It could be the painting.
But
styles.
nobody paints the same, so I think
Exactly,
that's a
so-
fair.
I'm gonna give this like a 50.
You're gonna give this a 50.
It's better than number 5 was, but I just don't like it from personal use.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
Guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess this is 2 thin coats.
This can't be AK.
One of them has to be AK.
No, I could just do what he did and just pick another one.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be like apple barrel.
No, that's not fun. But I am gonna say apple barrel though. I'm going with apple barrel.
You guys. Oh, so you guys are both re-guessing apple barrel.
Oh, you're gonna re-guess
Yeah.
apple barrel because you think it's that
You
bad?
also.
Cause see, so I can think apple barrel could be kind of thick
No
like this,
fucking way.
but
this
it could
is apple
it could
barrel.
also be like bad, you know, or maybe I'm just bad.
Maybe Giacomo's into that
I
secret
actually,
sauce. He
I have to
knows.
say, this is interesting because I think some paints are working for one of you and not the other, and vice versa. And I think that's going to be
The
interesting.
only thing that we've agreed upon was 6
Yeah.
that we really agreed
That
upon.
was
I
pretty
guess.
dope.
Okay. Last paint.
Alex, can you bring in paint number 8, our last paint?
Now we're gonna move on to
Ocho.
This is thick as Charlie's horses.
Charlie horses are thick for you.
Okay.
It smells a little bit different than everything else. Oh.
I'll
sniffing
leave that
test.
to you. You've been sniffing everything.
I mean, it's gonna be my thing.
I know. By the end of it, he's like, everything's great.
This is number 8, right?
Yeah.
This is it. This is our last one.
Oh wow. I don't remember which patch I did.
I'm making a new one. No, I think mine was up here. Pretty sure. Blue.
Exciting stuff.
Exciting. We're literally watching paint dry.
Or are you watching paint dry? That is the question. I mean, you can't even see what we're doing here.
Blue. I kind of came off on that one. Maybe do it on this side. Not bad. The drying time is pretty good. It's not terrible. It's almost done.
I'm pretty sure that Giacomo and me both got 0 correct.
I think we got like maybe 1 right.
How many do you think you got right?
3?
You think you got 3 right?
Yeah, I'll say 3. 3's fair.
I'm gonna think. I think I got. I don't think I got any right.
You said apple barrel twice. You might have gotten it right. Yeah, I don't hate this one. This is good. It's a decent color. It's all right.
All right, we're going to need some scores, gentlemen.
75. 74. Make it 74.
74 for Giacomo. Dakota.
62.
62.
I don't think I like this one very much.
All right, what do you think it is?
Game color? Did I say game color? If not, I'm saying game color.
You talking about Vallejo?
I'm gonna guess it's Citadel. No idea.
That's a good choice too.
Doesn't have great. So in my opinion, this doesn't have great coverage. It doesn't have good consistency. The dry brush is maybe one of the worst. Next to number 4. Number 4 didn't dry brush really at all. How much of the percentage do you think that dry brush actually gives you? Like, I think it gives maybe 20% because I'm not an active dry brush user. I don't. Instead of dry brushing for slap chop, I'm gonna use an airbrush. So like slap chop wise, I still think number 6 has it. Number 6 is real good, is real nice. And then I like number 1 and number 3 for dry brush. So 1, 3, and 6 are my favorite dry brushes.
I'm looking at this thing right here. I'm for this one. It's not that bad. And the last one's not that bad.
What is that, number 7?
Yeah, 7 and 8 aren't that bad.
But yeah.
7 and 8 for me.
Okay. So what are our top 3 scoring paints?
Your third top with a collective score of 141. Ooh. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah. No, don't tell me the brand.
Okay. And then we have
so what number?
Was number 3.
Number 3. Okay. So move that to the side here.
With a score of 150 collectively, number 4.
Number 4. Okay. That's a good one.
And with a collective 175.
Yep.
Number 6.
So Giacomo, is there any specific paint that you wish got to the top 3? Looking at the ones that didn't make it.
No, not really. We got exactly what we came for. I was surprised that this one with my dry brush is kind of, but I liked a lot of the other parts. You might have liked this one more than I have, and that's probably why this one made it for number 3. Because I gave one of these a 90, so that was definitely my push.
Yeah.
It is interesting. Giacomo's highest scoring was number 6. Oh, same for you as well.
Yes, yes. Both of our highest scores.
Yeah, we saw that and we're like, that's going.
What would your runner up from these top ones be?
8.
I didn't like number 8.
I know.
I think I'd go with number 1. Just looking back and yeah, no, I like number 5 is by far the worst. So
yeah, we're not gonna miss this guy. Here's our Razzie.
Okay, could we get 2 orcs, please?
Por favor,
Mr. Alex.
I want my mushrooms.
Bring in the orcs.
Bring in the fungus.
Fungus among us.
I'll take that one.
Okay, so do we want to do 3 first?
Yeah, let's do number 3.
Let's see a little bit of brush control.
See, right leg. There's his right leg. And I paint his pants. Let's do that part. I had to let it dry before I can do the second coat. But the first coat is okay. I still see a lot of the under. When I was first beginning to paint, I'd paint like this and call it a day. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't put the second coat because, I was 13.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what it gives. Now there's maybe nostalgic, but I don't think I'd use that as a good meter for why I'd want this paint. So I still don't really love 3. Let's do a little bit.
Edge highlight's pretty decent.
Yeah, let's do the edge highlighting.
So this one actually was not the highest. I think this was even your 4th highest one, Giacomo. Dakota scored this one much higher than you did.
That's what I figured. Yeah, look, I'm gonna do it.
That's a fair assessment.
This is, it's not terrible for edge highlighting. I'm doing it on the gun. You can kind of see it there. Might be a little hard to see. And it's okay for edge highlighting. It gets enough of the color. How does your edge highlighting look?
Relatively fine.
Yeah, see, it's not that bad. I don't mind the edge highlighting. I think that part's pretty good.
It definitely goes on super, super thin, just like it does here. I mean, this is a relatively good metric as to how number 3's been behaving. I'd say that this paint is okay. I'd probably still rank it solidly number 3.
Well, then
go from there.
Let's go to the next paint because I got 3 over here. I do like the highlighting.
Yeah.
I like the highlighting a lot.
So we'll move to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one I threw off the table?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
yeah.
Should I get it or you get it?
Oh yeah. So you don't have to climb over.
That was dangerous.
It
It exploded.
I did press
When I
it
threw it
pretty-
off the table, I was wondering if everyone caught that.
He like, gave me the most
I did.
panicked the eye contact I got from Dakota. He was like, "Does that look okay?"
That's 3. Let's pull up number 4 so people can kind of remember what 4 sort of looks like. And let's give some coverage. It's starting to remind me of Elmer's glue.
Oh, all the white paint?
This color when I looked at it. Okay, I'm gonna choose his left leg now.
Okay, left leg it is.
It's a proper white scar. He's got the little hair piece too. The top knot? It's top knot, right?
You know, if Apple Barrel gets the number 1 spot,
Then
all I gotta say is like
I'm eating
they
an
should
apple.
charge more.
Step it up, everybody else.
Yep.
Well, there was a time where people said the best white was this titanium one you could get from art stores. I can't remember what it was.
So I think this paint right here, whatever this paint is, I don't even remember what we guessed, is ultimately like leaps and bounds above the other one already.
Yeah.
Highlights better. It covers better. Ultimately, when you're painting white over black, you typically paint a little bit thicker.
Yeah, see, detailing, this isn't bad for detailing. I like this one still. And its highlights aren't that bad either. You know, well, you could see that. Let's try to do some weird angled freehand.
And this is number 4.
This is number
I
4.
really, really like how this is performing.
I think with a third coat, this would be almost complete, and that's pretty good.
Oh, so you painted like the whole thing. You didn't do any of the highlights or nothing?
I did it on this over here.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Just a little bit easier to tell.
Yeah, this
And
is,
even some on his face.
to me, yeah, I think that this just performed a lot better. It covered better. It highlighted well. Typically, if you're painting in a style like this, you're going to go over it with some kind of like transparent paint, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't dislike that at all. This was nice. This is nice.
All right.
Last one.
Number 6. This was our highest rated paint. That's going to be hard to beat that, though.
Let's get number 6.
I like how both of our hands are just purely
Yeah.
white. Wait until we get to a different color. Oh, it's going to be great.
Let's go. And I'm already kind of a little wet on the palette, which is good. Let's pick, I'm going to pick his shoulder pad because there's a really smooth piece right here. And I want to try its smoothness.
Again, make sure that if you guys have any whites that you want to go up against whatever paint wins this, you know, that gets a chance. So
I'm going to paint his hair too. Give him a test of not smooth surfaces.
what did you guess this paint was?
I believe I said this was just regular bold titanium.
Let's just look at this. I just did a quick edge highlight on one edge of the blade. Let me see if we can. I don't know if we'll be able to zoom in.
Look at that coat right here. This is pretty good. It's covered in. That's just 2 coats.
It just needs 1 coat.
Yeah, it's good. And you could do a second coat just to build up the color.
I don't even think I need to.
I like it with 2. Oh, you did a little pattern. I just
That's
did one
right.
like that. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. That's with 2 coats right here.
This is just 1.
Well, that one is. This is with 2, so we can
Yeah,
tell the
it
difference.
looks like shit because I'd have to clean it up with black.
Yeah, but whatever. And then even the hair is not that bad getting into here.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. I think we're in agreement. I think number 6 is first place.
There you go. I think it's first place.
What do you think
Number-
second?
Not.
Could you bring in the Highlander? What is this called? Podium? The Highlander podium?
Heck yeah.
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 That's right.
With a true Scotsman on there.
A true Scotsman. So 6,
6, number 1.
and then I would say number 4 is number 2,
I would say number 4 is number 2 as well.
and then 3.
Getting the bronze.
Man, if this is monument, I'm gonna have to eat a lot of shit. A lot of shit. All
All
right.
right.
I'm excited.
I am too. My hands are sweating in anticipation.
All right. Should we start with the least to scoring wise, least
Okay.
going forward?
So what was the least scoring
Paint.
paint that we had?
Okay, with 58, 8th place, which was number 5,
Mm-hmm.
which was heavy titanium white by Pro Acryl.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. What did we guess?
For number 5, Dakota guessed Apple Barrel, and
Can we see heavy?
G, Tooth and Coats.
Wow.
Heavy.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Tooth and Coats.
All right, Monument.
There it is.
Okay, so with a score.
Who's the signature? Matt Sechowicz?
He likes it thick.
Yeah, and it's
What's
satin. It
thick?
says satin on here.
Okay.
All right. Number 7 with a score of 127. It was paint number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Really?
Dead White Vallejo.
Dead White
Dead White Vallejo. This is the
low?
game color?
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
You
Apple
guys
Barrel's
are
not
gonna
on the
be
bottom.
shocked.
Let me put this next to yours so that way I can just that way I don't get confused.
Apple Barrel is not the bottom. So Vallejo, I'm sorry, but we probably talked a lot of shit.
But it's good. It's
What did we guess?
You guessed Monument Hobbies Heavy for
Get outta
Dakota,
here.
and then for
But you were off. Yeah, you weren't
I was
off.
close.
You weren't off.
and then Giacomo was White Scar for Citadel.
Okay.
I feel
I
like
want you-
that's accurate because that's kind of close.
No,
right?
because Vallejo is supposed to be leaps
watch
and
the
bounds.
next one be like the GW one. Watch.
All right, for
I'm nervous now.
the
I'm getting nervous.
6th place.
Man,
with
imagine if that was AK, dude. I would have lost my shit.
3rd place, 130.
130 points? So
130
that's
points.
nearly 3 times the amount
yes,
of the heavy.
yes. You guys really hated these last 2.
Oh man.
You hated the first the most by 30 points.
No way.
So number 7, it was Bold Titanium White by Pro Acryl.
Oh whoa!
With 130?
Wow, I'm eating my words.
Paint number 7, which was Bold Titanium
Wow.
White.
All right,
Yeah, let's put it over here.
I'll eat my words.
So with 132 points, paint number.
How close was that?
Actually, these are all really, really, really close. So
Okay.
we're talking about like
What did we score this one? Bold Titanium?
Bold Titanium was 130.
Okay.
So this is just 2 points higher.
Yes,
Okay.
and then it's like 132, 136. So
Okay.
these
Oh
are
my gosh.
really
Imagine,
really close.
imagine if this is number 1 and because I scored, gave it 2 extra points for no fucking reason.
It wins.
Then I got 2nd place. Okay. So what's next?
So we are at 5th place.
Fifth
Fifth place.
With 132.
Uh-huh.
Paint number 1.
Paint number 1.
Because I gave it the extra 2 points.
There it is. Paint number. Let me give you paint.
AK.
It's AK.
AK! Oh man.
All right.
Look at that. It was the 2 extra points. Man, we suck. Watch, it's
right.
going to be Apple Barrel.
So 136 is the next one.
Okay.
We're so
Okay.
bad.
Both of
Number
ours
4.
are cold.
I know.
Okay. I
I'm
just I
stressed
feel
out.
I
I'm
feel
touching my hair.
vindicated
I'm
that
stressed out.
that it wasn't just my favorite paint that long.
Hey, I actually decently like this one. Okay, it was a rough
it
match
was-
because
to
we had
be-
to go up first. Okay?
To be fair, you guys really were pretty fair with all the majority of them. You just really hated one of them, and then you really liked one of them. The
Okay,
rest of them
so
are
all
pretty
of these
close.
are okay. All right.
Yeah. So the next one, number 4, I'm not place fourth place
Uh-huh.
with a score of 136 is paint number 8,
Okay. Yeah.
which was flat titanium white by Golden.
This was number 3.
Number 4.
4th place.
It's a 4th
Okay.
place.
4th place number 8.
Really?
Not bad.
Number 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, I like this paint.
Not bad. Let me put that here just so people can see it.
So
Not bad.
with
Okay.
141 points, White Scar Citadel.
Whoa. But you know, I didn't like that.
You didn't like White
I didn't
Scar.
like it.
You didn't like White
Your
Scar.
collective scores were Dakota was 73 and Giacomo was 68.
Oh my God, Apple Barrel's on the top. Oh my God.
Oh my
Apple
god,
Barrel's
Apple Barrel's at the top!
on top. I'm gonna lose my shit.
No!
I have wasted so much money in life.
All right, so should I just give you first place? Or
Second
should I-
place.
Second place.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
second
do
place.
first place. Let's do first place
Okay,
because I think
alright.
that. So, do you guys think first place?
So what is left?
It's Apple Barrel and Tooth
And
and
White-
Coats.
Oh my God.
No way.
So, the winner.
Really? Holy shit.
The winner of our white challenge and the very first ever episode of Hobby Highlander is Tooth and Coats.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
And I want you guys to know I wrote down things you were saying while you were painting with 2 thin coats. And both of you, when you painted your second coat, were like, wow, the 2 thin coats. Both of you were like, amazing. The second coat, amazing. And it just made me laugh because, oh my gosh.
So silver.
Silver does go to Apple Barrel.
Wow.
Wow.
And I think that's a 68-cent craft paint.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm shocked.
Aiden was right.
No, Aiden wasn't right. He likes the black paint, okay?
Then who liked that?
He doesn't like the... I just had this. I use it for my tokens. Because it dries fast.
Incredible.
So, okay, I'm going to go back and sing praises of AK for 1 second. Okay? Okay? 1 second.
That's
It
what you
dries
said.
really fast, so I like that. But by far, the best white paint out of all of these is 100% 2 thin coats.
So neither one
Wow.
of you have used 2 thin coats, though, right?
I've never used 2 thin coats paint. I've heard people say how good it is. I liked how it came out of the bottle. I liked its performance on the palette, on the brush, and on the model.
Yeah. And with
Apple
the-
Barrel too. Apple Barrel was good. I've tuned out like 30 seconds ago when I found out Apple Barrel was in the top. So to close out, if you want to see us live, you can go to any of our tournaments here in SoCal or see us at LVO. We do run a lot of Kill Team tournaments. We also have a podcast that we talk a lot about Kill Team. And this YouTube channel will be featuring some more Kill Team stuff, but also a lot more hobby stuff.
Yeah, check us out on the Squad Games podcast, whether you're using Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Absolutely. And don't forget to check out Tabletop Mayhem. He's a great YouTube channel and is a brilliant short maker.
And thank you to our Patreons, just like Alex over here. He helped us out, you know?
He did.
What a homie, you know?
Absolutely.
I appreciate it so much. Helps us out in a real personal way.
Yeah. And thanks to Rob, the Hobby Highlander.
Woo!
Yeah.
Until next time. Signing out.
Let's go home.